Here we have my first ever tool made by RMJ Tactical. What you see here is just a box. I thought we could do a unboxing video of sorts. I did one real fast when I got it. So as you can see, this one has been opened, so this is not a genuine unboxing video. Then again, I don't really care about that, so it is what it is. When you get the knife, it is in this box with this RMJ logo in the corner. You then proceed to open up the box like this, and inside you find another box. But this box is slightly different. As you can see, this box is in wood with some carved in logos or brands. Of course, RMJ Raven, which is the model we are looking at, where it is manufactured or handcrafted. And then we also have this big logo saying 3V Syndicate. And 3V is of course the steel used for this specific tool. I'm not sure if RMJ, if they have done any tomahawks or axes before in this specific steel. I guess not. So this is the box. Quite sturdy. Quite good smell to it. It's been oiled. Some boiled linseed oil or something like that. Smells pretty nice. So you can then proceed to open up the box by removing the cover, doing like this. So we put this aside for a moment. Inside we can find some stuff. This is of course for the Kydex Sheath, for the belt system. Here we have some wooden pins. I think you can attach them to the box in some way if you want to use it as a display item. I personally am not thinking of having this tool as a display item, but I can understand if there are people who might want to showcase their axe that way. Me personally, I want to put it to some fun use. There's also this letter with a Vax stamp on, also stating 3V Syndicate, established 2020. We might as well go ahead and open this envelope up. And inside we have some random contents of sorts. First off, we have the certificate of authenticity, also with this nice maroon colored Vax stamp. Let's see if I can adjust the camera a bit. This will be better for me, hopefully better for you as well. So this one pretty much states that this blade was crafted by the RMJ Tactical crew in Tennessee. The ground over which this blade was made has seen times of war and times of peace, times of want and times of prosperity, ancient ways and modern conveniences. In all of these times, blades served a life and death role. It is in the spirit we crafted your blade. We hope that it serves you well for the years to come. I also hope that this blade will serve me well. So we can see the model name stated as let's see again here, yeah, as the Raven. The steel is Crucible's CPM 3V, handle being G10, Then with the Kydex, well, I call it a sheath, they call it a scabbard, and I'm sure they are correct about that. And date manufactured is June 2020, so this one was made not too long ago. There is also some information here regarding this 3V Syndicate, which is something that is in the works. I'm not going to read all this, but there's going to be some sort of exclusive offers and or what not. So let's take a look at, yeah, there were some additional contents here in the letter. So what do we have here? We have a small leather-like patch. I'm not sure how well you can see this. It's not very light here, but yeah, it's a small leather patch. You can attach it to your bag or whatever. It says OG, original member, 3V Syndicate, established 2020. And then there is this coin-like thing, bronze coin of sorts. It says RMJ USA, member, 3V Syndicate, established 2020. Some sort of bronze. It's got a bit of weight to it. I'm sure there will be people that enjoy this, these extra things. I mean, it is nice in some sense, but this is what I'm going after. So here we have the tool itself, the interesting part of this unboxing. I'm actually going to remove this wooden crate of sorts. So here is the axe. Hope you can see it fairly well in its Kydex sheath. So like it was stated in the certificate of authenticity, the handle is indeed in black G10, and the steel used is CPM 3V, which is also specified there. I'm not sure how well you can see it. My first impressions when I unboxed this one and took it out is that it is a tad bit smaller than I thought. I mean, I didn't know the specs when I got it, when I ordered it, but seeing it and having it in hand, it still is a bit smaller than I thought, and also a bit lighter. But that is not necessarily a bad thing in any way, but it's just that I had some messed up expectations, because I don't know why I had that. Regardless, let's unsheath it. So here it is with I forgot what the name of this this coating is. Was it like Savage something, Cerakote? Let's take a look at the box. Savage Stainless. Doesn't look, you know, that special, I mean, like that, but it is, I mean, it looks nice, but I'm, you know, most people wouldn't think there is, you know, some type of coating, to be honest. Not sure how savage looking the coating is at that. So this is what it looks like. Looks sharp. We will see how sharp it is later on. So I have been looking at this model for some time, but you know, when it was the custom Raven, they had some different handle finishes. Some were pretty extravagant with some nice patterns. Others were more plain or without scales and with some wrapping instead of some paracord-like things. There were also some ornaments and some nice patterns going on here, since those axes or those Ravens were indeed hand forged. I did read somewhere that this one is hand forged, but you know, it looks more like a, you know, pure production run to me than something that is hand forged. And CPM 3V, I think that's not the most common steel for hand forging knives nor axes. More knives though, of course. I do have my fair share of experience with CPM 3V, and I think it is a great steel. Anyway, let's look at the specs here. What do we have? So we have an overall length of 14.5 inches. We got a head length of 4.8125 inches, 4.8 inches, I would say. The actual cutting length is 3.45 inches. We have a thickness of 0.285. I actually have some knives made in CPM 3V that are just as thick as this, maybe even thicker, to be honest. The weight of this one is 25.5 ounces. And I think that is pretty much, that's it with the specs. And I rarely mention, prices in my videos. I think I've never done that before. But with this one, I am going to say that this one was, this one is $750. And that is, in my opinion, quite a lot of money to pay for this piece of 3V. Then again, as I stated, I like 3V a lot. I think it is a great steel. It is indeed my favorite steel for my knives. And I have a ton of knives in CPM 3V. But $750, that is a lot of money. So, I understand people that kind of do not want to buy this one, and I sort of understand the ones who do. I really wanted the Raven, and when I could get it in my favorite steel, although without those nice patterns or this other patterned handle, that is, it is what it is. I'm happy with what I got right now, but I want to see what this blade can accomplish, so I can really get my money's worth, because this blade is not going to be a shove piece only, that is for sure. But I do find it interesting that I own quite a lot of axes, and high quality axes at that, and this is the single, without a doubt, the single most expensive axe that I have ever bought. And that is kind of messed up in some sense, but not not a problem. And messed up, that may sound a bit strange, to be honest, but it surprises me that an axe from RMJ Tactical would be my most expensive one, when I do own quite a lot of the finest axes you can get in the world. And speaking of other axes, this is not your regular, woodworking carpenter axe or splitting axe, or of course you can split wood, you can chop down trees, you can de-limb, de-branch, you can do a lot of stuff with this one, no doubt. But when it comes to real woodwork, I will go with something different, like for example this one. Let's see if we can get, I'm probably gonna adjust the camera angle just a bit, give me a second. So here we have, of course, the Raven, but also the outdoor axe, designed by Lars Felt, made by Gränsfors Bruks. This is one of my most used axes for light camp chores, chopping, branching, splitting, etc. I can do pretty much anything with this blade, and it works fantastically well. The steel, of course, is not CPM 3V, not quite as corrosion resistant. Then again, I haven't had a lot of problems with corrosion regardless. But you can see it's about the same, this one being slightly longer, but the weight is, the RMJ is the heavier one, but not by a lot. I didn't bring my scales with me here now, so I can't weigh them. Maybe I should actually go inside and get it. But this is just for size comparison. But do know, of course, that these are two very different kind of tools. That is for sure. And this one is, of course, the Raven is, of course, much tougher and more durable. You can use it under a lot, you know, other types of circumstances. This is pretty much for, you know, woodwork, camping chores, etc. only. While we're looking at some other axes, I thought we could take a look at some other sort of similarly sized tools. The next one being Hulton from Hultafors. And as you can see now, this one does weigh more than the Raven compared to the Gränsfors outer axe, but they are, you know, it's not the biggest weight difference, to be honest. But this is just, you know, like for size reference of sorts. I will always find handles in wood like this to be a lot more, you know, easy on your hand when doing, you know, certain types of work. Also goes for the more straight-handled outer axe here, that, you know, just having wood makes, you know, for a really good shock absorption compared to a full tang with the G10 scales like that. Lastly, we can take a look at one of my axes from Phoenix. Let's see. This one is, well, I would probably say that this one can't even fit it in the camera right now, can we? Oh. Running out of space. This one I would say is about 3 times as heavy, probably more, than the RMJ Raven. But once again, the Raven is in 3V. It is the tougher, stronger, more versatile blade in some sense. But if I'm gonna go out now and chop a tree down and have to pick between these two, that choice is easy. But once again, this weighs a ton more than this, and having a light, swift, strong, durable axe for, you know, camp chores, defense purposes, smashing in doors or, you know, windows, cars, whatever, this is the tool to go with. So overall, I just wanted to show some you know, different axes in about the same, not really the same size, other than, you know, the length of the axe. But it's always good, you know, getting some comparisons and perspectives, or I think that it's good in some sense. And I'd say that the RMJ Raven is more expensive than the 3 other axes combined. Yeah, like, actually, like, a lot more expensive, to be honest. And do remember that these 3 other tools from Phoenix, Gränsfors and Hultafors, they are all, you know, fantastic tools. Right now, this axe is sold out, and that is because, I mean, people thinking like, well, if it's sold out, then maybe the price wasn't that bad. And I mean, that is one way to look at it, of course, but it was also a kind of a limited run, to be honest. They made it in this finish. They also made one with a bronze Cerakote finish, and there were also like 2 or 3 made in some black DLC coating with some special ripping or pattern on the blade. It did look pretty damn good, I have to say that, but I would still have gone with this one because I want the surface to be smooth when cutting and chopping. But I will say that the black blade, oh man, it looked stunning. So all in all, this is not a review. This is a unboxing and overview video. That is also why I'm not going to say that, you know, I highly recommend it or I do not recommend it, because as you can see, I haven't put it to any use whatsoever yet. But I will. I'm gonna try this one out a lot. But my first thoughts now that I've had this axe for, well, maybe over an hour, is that it feels like a really, you know, solid tool. It's going to be interesting working with this one. I look forward to it. It will be easy to carry with you. The Kydex Sheath, let's take a look at it again here about the retention and stuff. I'm not used to working with axes with Kydex Sheath, so I mean, I guess I might have to get used to it as well a bit, but it does, I mean, it goes in well, has a decent retention, and you also have this snap here. So I mean, this axe is not going to go anywhere unless you want it to. The Raven, CPM 3V. More videos to come.